For more than 70 years, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization has been the backbone of Western security. An alliance forged during the Cold War, NATO brought together North America and Europe under a single commitment: collective defense. But in early 2026, an unexpected crisis began to test that unity. At the center of the dispute was not a traditional adversary, it was a disagreement between allies. Spain, one of NATO's key Mediterranean members, refused to allow the United States to launch military operations from two strategic bases on its territory. Those bases, located in Andalusia, have long served as essential logistical hubs for U.S. and NATO operations across the Middle East and North Africa. But this time, Madrid said no. The refusal came at a moment of rising tensions involving Iran and regional security, and Washington's response was swift and controversial. Economic pressure, diplomatic warnings, and threats of tariffs targeting Spanish exports. NATO has experienced disagreements before. The Iraq War in 2003 exposed deep divisions among member states. France famously opposed the invasion, while other European countries supported Washington. But the Spanish standoff is different. Unlike previous disputes, this conflict directly affects the operational use of NATO infrastructure. Military bases on Spanish soil are not merely symbolic. They are critical nodes in the alliance's logistical network. Aircraft refuel there. Naval forces deploy from there. Command operations rely on them. When a NATO member restricts access to such facilities, the consequences extend far beyond diplomacy. They affect strategy, and in a moment of geopolitical tension, strategy matters. Spain's geographic position makes it one of the most strategically valuable locations in Europe. Situated at the gateway between the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea, the country hosts several facilities critical to NATO operations. Two of them stand at the center of the current crisis: Rota Naval Base and Moron Air Base. Together, they serve as logistical bridges connecting the United States to operations across the Middle East, North Africa, and the Eastern Mediterranean. Without them, American forces would face significantly longer deployment times and reduced operational flexibility. Naval Station Rota is one of the most important U.S. Navy installations in Europe. Located on Spain's southern coast, the base hosts American destroyers equipped with advanced missile defense systems. These ships are central to NATO's ballistic missile defense architecture. From Rota, naval forces can rapidly deploy across the Mediterranean. They support operations in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Losing access to this hub would significantly complicate any large-scale military campaign in the region. Moron Air Base serves a different but equally vital function. It is a key staging ground for air operations. Aircraft operating from Moron can reach North Africa, the Middle East, and Eastern Europe within hours. During previous conflicts, the base supported surveillance missions, refueling operations, and troop deployments. For planners preparing potential operations involving Iran, access to Moron could dramatically accelerate response times. But this time, Spain refused authorization. Spain's government framed its decision as a matter of sovereignty. Officials argued that military operations launched from Spanish territory require explicit political authorization. They emphasized that Spain supports NATO, but reserves the right to evaluate each operation individually. Behind the scenes, several factors influenced Madrid's decision: domestic political pressure, public opinion skeptical of foreign military interventions, and a broader European debate over strategic autonomy. As tensions escalated, European officials raised the possibility of invoking a relatively new policy tool: the anti-coercion instrument. Designed to protect EU member states from economic pressure by foreign governments, the mechanism allows Brussels to respond with countermeasures if a country attempts to coerce a member through trade restrictions. For the first time, some policymakers suggested the instrument could be used against the United States. Such a step would be unprecedented. The dispute intensified when Washington warned that Spanish exports could face new tariffs if Madrid continued blocking access to the bases. Trade pressure has long been used as a geopolitical tool, but applying it against a NATO ally would represent a significant escalation. Spain exports billions of dollars worth of goods to the United States each year, including agricultural products, industrial components, and consumer goods. Tariffs could disrupt those trade flows. Economic leverage has become an increasingly common feature of international politics. Sanctions, tariffs, and export controls now play central roles in geopolitical competition. But when such tools are used between allies, the consequences can ripple across entire alliances. For deeper geopolitical analysis, Visit nexusinsight.org. Subscribe.